As many Raptors fans speculated on after the Raptors' horrific loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, Fred VanVleet is in fact injured and is questionable for the game tonight. So I'll update you guys on that injury in this video. Additionally, we have some leaked jerseys that will be coming later this season, as well as the Clippers still trying to beat us. So a bunch of stuff to break down. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here with Raptors Style, just breaking down the latest Toronto Raptors news, and the first thing we're talking about is Fred VanVleet being injured. Now, this is something that felt like almost a little conspiracy theory I was discussing at the end of the post-game reaction I released this weekend, but the eye test from a lot of Raptors fans saw that Fred VanVleet just didn't look right in that game against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, this was kind of glossed over by the fact he was 0 of 11 from the field, let Tyrese Maxey absolutely cook him once again, but the fans that pointed that out ended up being correct, as Fred VanVleet is currently now questionable to play for tonight's game due to lower back stiffness. Now, with this report coming out, with this injury being brought to light, I'm of the opinion we gotta let Fred VanVleet rest. We gotta just not push this guy too much. This is what happened last season. Now, it's happening way earlier in this year, but Fred VanVleet had an all-star start to last year and then was just run straight into the ground. And for the first 6 games of the season this year, Fred VanVleet is still the top of the league in terms of minutes, was at the top of the league in terms of minutes last year, and it's just an ugly look for our smaller point guard who commands our offense, plays elite defense, usually is guarding the best backcourt player on the other team's team, right? We ask Fred VanVleet to do so much, and while he can certainly do it, while he's up for the challenge, he never backs down. It doesn't make sense for the Raptors, even if it comes at the cost of losing a couple games here or there, right, to just completely wear out this guy's tires in November, and it's still October even, right? What are we doing with Fred VanVleet at this point? You know, getting this guy already injured to start off the season. So I'm hoping if Fred VanVleet's hurt, we sit him out tonight and figure out what the heck we're going to do with the backup point guard positions, whether it be Pascal Siakam and Scotty Barnes playing more of the point or giving some run, actual run, to a guy like Malachi Flynn. I think we've already given some decent opportunity to Delano Bant at the start of the season, but see if Flynn can do something. If neither of them can really show out, give Jeff Doughton I know he's a two-way guy, give him the reins for a couple games and see what we can do. But the Raptors need to figure out what to do with Fred VanVleet's minute situation because he's already dealing with an injury such as back stiffness. This is what Anthony Davis has down there for the LA Lakers, and if this doesn't get resolved, this could have serious effects on this team's aspirations to go on a playoff run this year. So let me know if you guys agree the Raptors need to figure out what to do with Fred VanVleet at this point because, you know, if he's injured, we saw how he performed in that game against Philadelphia, right? Obviously, he won't be that bad night in, night out if he's dealing with some minor injuries, but we don't want to have that situation continuously popping up. So let me know what you guys think the Raptors should do with Fred VanVleet nursing this injury. But the next thing we're discussing is the LA Clippers still wanting to be the Toronto Raptors. Now, a big meme amongst the Raptors land, amongst Raptors fans, amongst teams, people that just follow the NBA. It's how the LA Clippers continuously try to steal Raptors players, try to emulate us as a organization. You know, a list came out about the ranking the front offices in the entire NBA a couple days ago, and the Toronto Raptors were ranked number 2, and the LA Clippers were ranked number 3. And the only reason they were is because they literally copy everything that the Raptors do. That's just what the LA Clippers are out here trying to be like. They stole Kawhi Leonard from us. They stole Norman Powell, I guess in a roundabout way. They stole Serge Ibaka, right? They're out here trying to reassemble that 2019 Raptors squad. Even before they had Tupac, they had Lou Will. They're just always coming after Raptors guys. You know, even Playoff P, right? Paul George is trying to be the real Playoff P. I don't even know what the nicknames, but the meme has gotten even bigger. Now in coming today as Simu Liu was in the building for, I butchered that name, I apologize, but was in the building for the LA Clippers, and he's he's one of the biggest Raptors fans that are out there. Obviously not a super fan like Nav, not like Drake or something getting the courtside seats every game, but Simu's a guy that, you know, reps the Toronto Raptors. And now the LA Clippers are having him come down, sitting courtside. You can't really see it there. It's covered up by that graphic, but he was wearing an LA Clippers hat. What's going on here? What's going on here, Steven? Lead actor in Shang-Chi, right? I hate it when we see, our main fans switching up. Bugatti Bieber, Justin Bieber, he's always saying he's a Raptors fan, and then you see him courtside at Miami Heat games, Lakers games, and stuff, right? Not only are they trying to steal our players, not only are they trying to steal our culture, but the LA Clippers are out here trying to steal our super fans out here now too. Embarrassing stuff down there for the LA Clippers. There's also always rumors that they wanted Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam. As much as they want to emulate us, until they win that chip, they're not going to be us. And the LA Clippers have had a horrific start to this season. So just wanted to come out and bag on the Clippers just a little bit there to start off, into this video. The next thing we're discussing is we have some Raptors jerseys leaked. They've come out, and the Raptors usually hit pretty hard in terms of their city jerseys. It's usually the black and gold look. They've gotten a little bit stagnant. They kind of replicate the same sort of style over the past few seasons, but it's a good look, so Raptors fans haven't really complained about it. But we've had some new jerseys leaked, our City Edition jerseys for this year, and they've come out to kind of mixed reviews. Because you can see it's a little bit of a faded picture, but again, we have that black and gold sort of colorway, and there's like faded designs around the jersey. It's tough to really tell with this kind of faded image. We'd have to see it up close, or at least a HD graphic of the jerseys to get a solid opinion on it. But in my opinion, these new kits that we have for the Raptors aren't the best look. These are definitely, probably since Nike took over in terms of jerseys, right? These are our worst City Edition jerseys we've received as a Raptors fan base. They're very basic, and I know the subtle designs in the background look cool. Maybe they'll pop more, in real life or in HD camera, but rarely do you see, especially on TV, intricate design patterns really pop on television. So I'm not a big fan of this. It's a simple design. Do I like it better than, the chevron jersey that we have right now as our main kits? Yes. I think we currently have some of the more ugly jerseys in the entire NBA with the chevron stuff. It looked great, the candy cane championship jerseys, but then they kind of nerfed them. I feel like I also got a bad taste in my mouth with these jerseys we currently have now from the Tampa tanking season. So hopefully, especially if the City Editions kind of go over poorly amongst Toronto Raptors fans, an outcry happens from the fan base, and we finally get a rebrand, a redesign, because it feels like we're entering a new era of Toronto Raptors basketball. We've kind of been in a transition phase with our team at this point, acquiring a few young players, putting it all together, and then hopefully by next season, we're back into like a winning era. I feel like a new kit is deserving of this team coming into next season. So let me know what you guys think and what you guys think of this jersey, because again, not the biggest fan of this look right here, but maybe people like the sort of cleaner, I don't even know what to call it, simpler design. But the final thing we're discussing in this video is an ugly stat regarding the Raptors bench to start off this season. Now, I started off this video talking about how we need Nick Nurse, we need the Toronto Raptors to figure out a plan to get Fred VanVleet less minutes, but part of it is due to just lack of opportunities, but we still have lots of minutes coming in the game for these Raptors guys, for these Raptors bench players. We have dealt with injuries to Chris Boucher, Otto Porter Jr., who are like probably our 6th and 7th most reliable guys, even though Precious Achiuwa is either, your 3rd best player or 9th best player. I digress on that point. But Canadian, Benedict Mathurin for the Indiana Pacers, been a beast for Indiana, but the Raptors kind of caught astray in some Mathurin hype coming from StatMuse today, essentially saying that Mathurin has scored more points off the bench this season than the Raptors bench as well as the Nets bench. Essentially saying 6th man of the year right there. One point I want to say, Mathurin should not be a bench player for the Indiana Pacers team. That guy is an absolute bucket. He's going to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Might be the first guy to win 6th man of the year and Rookie of the Year in the same season. So big ups to the Canadian Montreal native Mathurin. Love what he's doing out there. But shed some light how one player on a tanking Indiana Pacers team can outscore the entire Raptors bench units. That's just embarrassing. That's an embarrassing stat to have out there as your team, as your squad. Obviously, guys like Delano, guys like Boucher, guys like Precious, guys, even Ken Burch. Someone's got to step up, man. Someone's got to step up and take the reins for the Raptors. Because honestly, with the exception of that game in Philadelphia, with the exception of the first couple of games for OG Anunoby, our starters have been exceeding expectations to start this year. Now it's just having all of our bench pieces come together and figure things out. We thought with, the cruise missile coming in, Juancho Hernan-Gomez finally got that animation playing. Maybe he could get us some threes there off the bench. Justin Champagnie, a lot was made about him potentially being a guy that could, make that final roster spot and have an impact on the team. Malachi Flynn, Christian Coloco's a guy not really going to be much of a scorer. I think he's living up to his expectations right now. But we need some answers off the bench. We can't be outscored by a Pacers rookie, even if he's Canadian. So that's all I have to break down today. You guys have best to make this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, all that cool stuff. And post-game reaction will be happening live tonight. So appreciate you guys as always. I'm signing out. Cheers.